Hi. So we're living in this world right now that seems broken. It seems we have twin pandemics of racism and COVID-19. And if you're anything like me, you've been struggling with, what can I do? And I urge you all to go out and do something just to make your voices heard. And since I'm a yoga teacher, I know how to help you relax. So we all need to work on that these days. I know I do. So what I'd like to do today is offer you a restorative practice and a yoga nidra practice. So before we get started, in this practice, we'll concentrate on grounding, feeling the support of the ground under us, and feeling the support of our breath in our body, softening so that we can feel our breath, so that we can be with our breath. Yes, deep breath. Before we get started, you might pause this video and just gather some props. So you see I have a large number of props around me here, and you don't need them all. I'm just giving you some different options. So one of the props I have is these big, they're yoga blankets, but it doesn't matter what kind of blankets they are. So if you have a bigger blanket like this, you might take it and fold it in half. So I've already folded it in half once, and then fold it in half again, and then maybe fold it in half again, so it makes a long rectangle. And if you have two of those, that would be great to start with. If you don't have those, that's okay. You don't need them. You can do it without them. Another prop, one thing I really want you to get is a folding chair. Let me just show you. I just have just a regular folding chair here. You've seen one before, I'm sure. And if you don't have a folding chair, you can also just bring your mat for the second part of this practice towards a couch or a chair, and just put your legs up. Then we're gonna start with, that's gonna be the second restorative pose we do. For our final shape, you may use your blankets, or if you have some bigger pillows, they can be couch pillows or whatever you have handy, you'll put those under your knees. Or if you have, I know you have bed pillows, so if you have nothing else, just go to your bed and gather a few pillows. If there's some smaller pillows around, you can bring those too, and maybe something to cover your eyes with. Okay? So again, you don't need all of those props, but it's nice to have. If you have more than a couple of blankets, you might have some blankets handy to cover yourself up with. And just get very comfortable, dress very comfortably. You don't have to be wearing yoga clothes. We're not doing any complicated postures, anything where we need to move too much. So take a moment and if you have your blankets, fold your blankets the way I have. And then you're going to start out sitting. And again, if you don't have these blankets, you can just put a bed pillow behind you just to kind of support your back. And if you don't have any of that, it's okay. You'll be fine without it. So sitting on my blanket stack, I'm going to lie down. And actually, let me get back up and show you. If you have one of these smaller pillows, you might keep that handy. That might be nice under your head. So sitting on the blanket stack, lie down, make yourself comfortable. Again, if you need some support under your neck, you can either fold the bottom blanket just under your neck, or take a nice pliable pillow. It can be a bed pillow, and prop your head up with it. So get comfortable, let your body, just make some adjustments to let your body arrive. And for the first pose, we're going to take constructive rest pose. So you can see my feet are pretty wide apart, maybe about hip distance apart, maybe wider if that feels good for you. And then I'm gonna let my knees drop in. So see, first my knees are just resting over the ankles, regular bent knees, or what I'm asking you to do is bring the knees toward each other. So you're making kind of a triangle between your knees and your pelvis. And for me, it feels really yummy to let the hands rest on the belly. And again, take a few moments to make yourself more comfortable, perhaps bringing the hips out of the way, hips towards the feet a little bit to flatten your lower back. If your arms are more comfortable out to the side, spread out, oh, that feels really good as well. So a couple of options for your arms. And let yourself arrive. So my knees are resting against each other, supporting each other to release the lower back. And just take a few deeper breaths, maybe inhaling through the nose and sigh out through the mouth. And maybe do that a few more times just to give the signal to your body that it's time to let go. And after doing that a few times, you can release the breath. Just let it go. And think more about your body resting on the ground. With the knees supporting each other, this is a deep release of the psoas muscle. And the psoas muscle is a very deep muscle, deep in the pelvis and in the abdomen. And it's the first muscle that engages when we're under stress. So right now, I think probably everybody has a tight psoas muscle because we're all bracing for what's coming next. So this is the practice to help release that. As you're allowing yourself to arrive on the ground, imagine your feet settling on the earth. Sometimes it's nice to have the visual of the feet spreading out on the earth. And sometimes it's nice to have the visual of growing roots through the bottom of the feet into the earth. Notice if you're holding the thighs. Can you imagine from the knees to the thighs, down into the pelvis, the hips, the buttocks, a melting sensation, like a waterfall from your knees down your legs, to the hips, the pelvis, and into the ground. If it works for you, stay with that waterfall image. Maybe you can even hear the soft sound of the water showering down. And as the thighs, the buttocks, the hips continue to melt, let that
melting, that softening sensation spread up into the belly. And this is where it may be nice to let your hands rest on your belly again. And as soon as you let your hands rest on your belly, you might notice that there might still be a little tightness in the belly. Can you imagine your belly is liquefying? And if it's helpful, you might use the mantra of soft as you breathe in and belly as you breathe out. Soft, breathing in, belly as you breathe out. Notice how much effort it might be taking to soften the belly. Since we're so chronically tight in the belly, since we're so constricted around the belly a lot of the time, it takes a lot of effort to soften it. Soft belly. Or maybe liquid belly. Liquid as you inhale, belly as you exhale. Liquid belly. If it's helpful, notice if you can imagine or see a color in your belly. It might be blue or green, like the waterfall. Or maybe imagine the orange of the ocean at sunrise as the sun starts to shine on the ocean. Orange ocean belly. Liquid orange ocean belly. As you're staying with your visualization of liquefying your body, imagine that liquid sensation coming up towards the chest, spilling around the areas of the heart. If it's helpful, bring one hand to your heart. Soft heart. Soft as you breathe in, heart as you breathe out. Feel the softness, that liquid sensation in the areas around the heart spill out towards the shoulders. Anytime you like, bring the arms back out to the sides if that feels better to soften the shoulders. That liquid sensation spills down over the upper arms, into the hollow of the elbows, down the forearms, hands, spilling out through the fingers. liquid belly, soft heart. Imagine the softness now coming into the throat. Soft throat, soft jaw, soft cheeks, soft ears, soft eyes, soft forehead, whole head, soft, whole body, soft. Liquid, soft body. Feel your liquid, soft breath washing through your liquid, soft body. So feel free to stay here longer if this feels really nourishing to you. You can always join us later. If you're ready to transition into the next pose, you might bring one arm across to the other side and let your knees drop to that side. Maybe curl up into fetal position on your side. Feel your soft body resting on the ground, your soft breath spilling through your body. And then gently push one hand into the ground to come up to seated, to sitting. And just pause for a moment. And this is where you find your chair or bring your legs up the couch or your recliner. So I'm going to bring my portable chair to the mat. And you can keep your support, whatever you were using before. And again, sit on it. I'm going to pull the chair closer so my legs can come up chair. And if you're using the couch, then you'll have to kind of scoot your body closer to the couch so that you feel supported by the couch. Your legs feel supported by the couch. If you can, try to kind of have that perpendicular shape of the legs so the knees are maybe over the hips or a little bit in front of the hips. Again, you can put a pillow under your head. If you're feeling like you want a little more weight on your belly, it's usually really nice to bring a blanket onto your belly. And then let your legs sink into whatever they're resting on. Let your body again sink into support. Hands can be on the belly. I think I might put my hands back to my belly. Or they can be out to the sides. Palms can be turned up or down. And we're continuing to get into that psoas muscle. So psoas is spelled P-S-O-A-S. And the psoas muscle begins on the insides of the thighs, and then it runs through the pelvis. And then it loops behind, it kind of hammocks behind the organs in the abdomen, in the belly, and connects to the back of the spine, just below the diaphragm in the front. So it connects in the back or to the sides of the spine, where the diaphragm is in the front, right at the bottom of the rib cage. Legs up the chair is such a therapeutic pose, and it's so easy. So not only is it a wonderful release of the psoas muscle, it's also fantastic for circulation, for lymph drainage. Legs up the chair also helps anxiety. It helps you sleep better. It can relieve headaches. And it's just the medicine we all need right now. Let your legs, your thighs, your calves rest on whatever they're supported by. And you might come back to soft as you breathe in and belly as you breathe out. Or liquid belly. Another image that may be helpful is to imagine you have a nostril at the front of the belly, right under the navel, and you breathe in through that imaginary nostril in the front. And as you breathe out, imagine there's drains opening up in the lower back, right behind the belly. And all the tension, all the stress in your belly is draining down into the ground on each exhale. You might imagine the warm, healing sun shining down onto the belly and spilling out into the ground behind the belly. Stay with your breath. Be with whatever sensations you're receiving. As you release your body onto the ground, onto the earth, as you're promoting this softness in the belly, in the chest, in the throat, in the face. You're also creating more room for the breath inside your body. By softening, you're welcoming your breath. So again, feel free to stay here longer. If you're ready to come out of it, you might again gently roll to one side and then slowly come up to sitting again.
If you're right next to the couch, you might pull your mat away from the couch a little bit. And if you have the chair like I do, then just scooch the chair away. We're just going to do one more before our Yoga Nidra, the just lying and not moving anymore. And this time, your knees, you're going to kneel right next to your blanket stack. And then lie your body down. So your thighs are on the blanket stack. Your elbows are to either side. And just keep your elbows to the sides. The elbows are right under the shoulders. Press the forearms down into the mat a little bit, not too much. And then let your pelvis rest on your blanket. Imagine your pelvis now growing roots down into the ground. Your head can hang or stay lifted, whatever feels good for you. You just be very receptive here and just kind of hanging out in your bones. If you want a little more opening of your heart, you can push into the hands and lift the heart up a little bit. That's another option. I'm going to stay low and stay with that melting sensation in the pelvis, in the belly. And you can stay here, or you can just lie down on the mat. You can make a pillow with the hands for the head. Bring the forehead onto your head hand pillow, or you can turn the cheek to one side. I'm going to stay with the hand pillow. That felt better for my forehead. And if you're lying and you've turned the cheek to one side, you might gently pick up the head and turn the opposite cheek to the mat. Or if you like, you can come back up onto the forearm. So just kind of find a way to be with your body here. Just a couple more breaths before our final shape of completely letting go. So again, take your time. If you're ready to transition, bring the hands under the shoulders now, drawing the elbows back. Push into your hands, gather your belly in, come up into table on hands and knees. And if you like, just pull back into extended child for a deep child's pose, supported child's pose. You can let your head rest on your blanket stack, or you can again make a pillow for your hands with your head. Soft belly, soft heart, soft jaw, soft shoulders, soft eyes. When you're ready, come back up, gather the belly in, push into the hands, come back up to all fours. And then you can, if you were really comfortable before on this blanket stack, you can just use that again and just lie back on it, just like we did before, sitting on it. I'm going to offer you another alternative, and I'm just going to bring the blankets to the sides, out of the way for a moment. So if you want to try this pose with 2 big bed pillows. Again, you can stay with your blankets. And a little pliable pillow under the top of the bed pillow. And then you can actually, if you still have the blankets, you can just kind of fold them up another time so they're higher. And then if you have another bed pillow, you can stack that over your blankets. Or some bigger couch pillows could be nice under your knees as well. And then bringing your legs up onto your bed pillows, pulling my hands out of the way there. And then I like to double up the bed pillow under the lower back to support the lower back. And then lie down and get really comfortable. Just take a few minutes to wiggle, sigh, and melt. Again, if you have a blanket, you can, an extra blanket, you can cover yourself up with it, or you can drape it over your belly again. And if you have an eye pillow or something, anything to put over your eyes, it can be like a hand towel. Just cover up your eyes and bring your arms out to the sides. You can start with the hands to the belly. If hands to the belly really feels wonderful for you, feel free to. Otherwise, bring your arms wide so there's room under your armpits, room between your chest and your arms, and just let yourself melt and arrive here. I won't ask you to move again. So we're going to stay in this pose for at least 20 minutes, maybe longer. I'm going to come up to sitting so I can guide you, but you feel free to, you please stay down and just relax. Let your whole body melt. You might again come back to that mantra of soft belly, soft, liquid belly. Soft, liquid heart. Soft, liquid face. Soft, liquid eyes. Soft, liquid jaw. Release completely onto the ground. And take a moment to tell your mind now, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I will not sleep. If you do fall asleep, it's fine. There's no way to do this practice wrong. There's no way to fail. Whatever happens is perfect for you for right now. We're going to begin with a body scan. As I mention a part of the body, bring your awareness to that part of the body without needing to change anything. Bring your awareness to the right thumb. Become aware of any sensations inside the right thumb. Right index finger. Right middle finger. Right ring finger. The pinky finger of the right hand. Right wrist. Forearm. Elbow. Upper arm. Right shoulder. The whole right arm. The right side of the chest. The right armpit. Right buttock. Right thigh. Knee. Calf. Ankle. Sole of the right foot. Top of the right foot. Big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. Liquid belly. Soft belly. Liquid belly. Soft belly. Become aware of the left thumb, left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, left shoulder, left side of the chest, left armpit, left hip, buttock, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, soft belly, liquid belly, soft belly, liquid ocean belly, the neck, the throat, the back of the head, the roof of the mouth, the tongue, the bottom of the mouth, the insides of the cheeks, the upper lip, the lower lip, both cheeks, both ears, both eyes, bridge of the nose, the forehead, the top of the head, the entire body, the entire body, the entire body. Notice your breath, soft belly, liquid ocean belly, whatever you're finding, can you allow it? Can you be with whatever is happening right now? As those sages, the Beatles, said, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Om Bhur-bhuvah Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhur-bhuvah Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Om Bhur-bhuvah Svaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Let it be. May we all feel safe and protected. May we find a way to take care of and honor each other. May we find a way to experience peace. May everyone, everywhere, feel safe and protected. May everyone, everywhere, find a way to take care of and honor each other. May everyone, everywhere, find a way to experience peace. Soft belly. Liquid ocean belly. Begin to count your breath, assigning the same number to the inhale and the exhale. Beginning at 17. Breathing in 17. Breathing out 17. Breathing in 16. Breathing out 16. Breathing in 15. Continue at your own pace. If you lose track or reach 0, begin again at 17. Release the counting. Release the breath. Please stay longer in your Yoga Nidra. I am going to leave you now. May everyone, everywhere feel safe and protected. May everyone, everywhere find a way to take care of and honor each other. May everyone, everywhere find a way to experience a small measure of peace. Namaste.